Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. It is your favorite host, Oba, here to serve you the hottest and the most trending political news from Nigeria. Today, we are diving deep into the political landscape of Anambra State. The race for the 2025 governorship election is already heating up, and the incumbent governor, Soludo, is not holding back. During a massive rally in Anambra South, where he was endorsed for a second term, Governor Soludo came out swinging against his political opponents, particularly those promising to serve only a single term. Let's take a look at what he had to say. So sit back and take a watch.
There is zoning in Anambra, and that after Chukwuma Soludo as governor, the next governor of after 8 years, the next governor of Anambra will go to Anambra Central. Okay? Enyendeba, 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 enyakwandeba, enyendeba, 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 enyendeba. Now, after anybody who is contesting for governorship from Anambra South is Anambra, is trying to disrupt the zoning system in Anambra. Some of them want to come to lie to us. How can anybody with brain, you think you are talking to fools? You come to people and say, I will do only one term. Anybody, any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home. Because the person must have some mental problem. When the Constitution allows you to stay up to 8 years, they come and tell us, I'm going to spend one term. Tell us where it has ever happened. Who? On a column, Nkwane Kwenwai. Bo. Nkwane Kwenwai. Bo. Nga watching, go to Yaba. Ga watching, go to Yaba. If I can, anybody who is saying I'm going to do one term needs a psychiatric examination. Because you are taking everybody else to be foolish, to be a fool. Anambra, we have advanced. There are calibers and categories of people that Anambra has since gone much higher. We're not going to go back. Street urchins. Anambra has no place for street urchins. Anambra has no place for street urchins. Even those of them whose secondary school certificate are questionable. Those without school cert, they have no school cert. I tell you. Anyway, that's for another day, not today. Some of them have no school cert. They want to be governor of Anambra. They want to be governor of Anambra. Anambra of the Nnamdi Azikiwes, Akweke Nwafọ Reasons of this world, of Odumegwu Ojukwu, Alex Ekwueme, Chinua Achebe. That's the state we are talking about. I am getting angry, actually, when these people say they want to be governor of Anambra. It's very annoying. With the GCE, we don't know who took it for them. Na Anambra.
Just wow. Governor Soludo did not mince words. So let us break this down for a couple of minutes. The governor's message was multi-layered. First, he strongly emphasized the existing zoning arrangement in Anambra State. He made it clear that after his constitutionally allowed 2 terms, which would be 8 years, the governorship should rotate to Anambra Central. This is a direct challenge to anyone from Anambra South, his own zone, who is currently vying for the governorship. He frames their ambition as a disruption of a political understanding that ensures fairness and equity among the senatorial districts. Secondly, and perhaps more pointedly, Soludo launched a blistering attack on the promise of a single-term presidency or governorship. He called it a lie and suggests that any politician making such a promise needs a psychiatric examination. Soludo is not mincing words. He questions the logic of a candidate willingly giving up a constitutionally permitted second term, implying that it's a deceptive tactic to fool the electorate. He essentially saying he essentially argues that such a promise is not a sign of humility or sacrifice, but a red flag indicating a lack of seriousness or even a mental problem. His language was incredibly strong, referring to some opponents as street urchins and questioning the authenticity of their educational qualifications. He invoked the names of great Anambra sons like Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chinua Achebe, and Emeka Ojukwu to highlight the high standards he believes are required to govern the state, standards he feels his opponents do not meet. This is a clear attempt to position himself as the intellectually and morally superior candidate while casting his rivals as unqualified and deceitful. Anyway, this is politics for you. Anything can happen in politics. Anybody can say anything he likes in politics, and that is what Soludo is doing here. Now, for my own critical take, you have to ask, who are these remarks really aimed at? While there might be a local opponent in mind, it's hard to ignore the giant political figure of Peter Obi in this equation. If you recall, during a live section on X Space, Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023 election, explicitly stated he would be willing to serve a single 4-year term if elected president in 2027. This was a significant declaration aimed at showing his focus on national rebuilding rather than personal ambition. Now, with the emergence of reports about a new coalition, potentially involving the ADC, we speculate that Obi might join to challenge President Tinubu. This promise becomes even more relevant. Furthermore, another governorship aspirant in Anambra, George Mogalu, who is contesting under the Labour Party, has also echoed his promise of a single term. This makes Soludo's jab even more direct. So, is Soludo indirectly firing shots at Peter Obi? It certainly seems plausible. By vehemently attacking the very concept of a single-term promise, Soludo is undermining a key part of the political brand that Obi and his allies are building. He is essentially telling the people of Anambra and by extension Nigeria that such promises are foolish and should not be trusted. This could be a strategic move to diminish Obi's influence in his home state, especially as the 2025 governorship election and the 2027 presidential election draws closer. Soludo is a shrewd politician and a renowned economist. He knows the power of words. His threat wasn't just a random outburst, it was a calculated political missile. By painting his opponents as uneducated and mentally questionable, he is trying to create a stark contrast with his own image as Solution, the intellectual with a plan. Whether this strategy will work remains to be seen, but it has certainly set the tone we for what will be a very fiery political session in Anambra. And that's all the gist for now, my people. What do you think? Was Soludo right to be so blunt? Is he really taking a swipe at Peter Obi? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist for more updates. Until next time, stay informed and stay fabulous.